Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could quietly rewrite your financial future, a rare treasure hidden in plain sight, waiting for the sharp-eyed collector to claim it. What if I told you that the 1964 Lincoln penny, marked with a D, in an astonishing black and red shade, might be exactly that coin? This is not just another penny. This is the kind of find that can turn a modest collection into a fortune overnight. Are you ready to uncover why this penny is stirring excitement among serious collectors and investors? The story begins in 1964, a pivotal year for the Lincoln cent minted in Denver. These pennies carry the hallmark D that confirms their origin. But what sets some apart is far more than just where they were struck. Over decades, certain 1964 D pennies have developed a unique black and red toning, a rare natural phenomenon that transforms their copper surface into a mesmerizing patina. This is not something you can replicate in a lab. It's the result of intricate chemical reactions between the coin's copper alloy and its environment, often involving subtle exposure to moisture, air, and minerals over time. Why is this so rare and valuable? Because the black and red hues highlight the original copper beneath a thin, glossy layer, creating a striking visual contrast that collectors crave. These coins are not only aesthetically stunning but also incredibly scarce in such preserved condition. Some examples have sold for thousands of dollars, far above typical 1964 pennies. The value is driven by a combination of rarity, condition, and the deep emotional appeal to those who recognize a piece of history that few have managed to keep intact. But how do you spot a genuine black and red 1964 D Lincoln penny among the millions minted? First, look for sharp detail on Lincoln's profile and the date, untouched by wear or corrosion. The toning should appear natural, not painted or artificially enhanced, a rich, deep black contrasted by vibrant red copper highlights, almost glowing under good light. Be wary of overly uniform colors or suspicious coatings. Authentic examples often show slight imperfections and variations that tell their unique story. If you're serious about adding this rare gem to your collection, start by examining coins under a magnifying glass, seeking expert opinions, and verifying provenance. Remember, the opportunity to acquire such a rare penny is fleeting. Each day, more collectors recognize the potential, pushing prices higher and making hesitation costly. Now, ask yourself this: could you be the next collector to unlock the hidden fortune of a 1964 D Lincoln penny in black and red? Imagine looking back years from now, knowing you seized a moment others missed. This is more than just a coin. It's a chance to rewrite your financial story with a small, powerful piece of American history. The question is, will you act before it's gone? The story of a coin often begins with metal and minting, but some coins carry a mystery so deep and valuable, they hold the power to transform fortunes. Imagine holding a 1967 Lincoln penny, yes, that ordinary little copper disc from over half a century ago. But this is no ordinary penny. It is one without a mint mark, cloaked in a rare and captivating black and yellow shade that collectors dream about but few truly understand. What if this penny in your hand was the key to unlocking a life-changing opportunity? Would you recognize it before it slips away forever? Today, we unravel the enigmatic tale of the 1967 Lincoln penny in its rarest form, a coin whose unique condition has baffled collectors and set the market on fire. This is a journey into history, science, and financial promise, and it might just be the most important coin story you've heard. The year 1967 was a pivotal moment for Lincoln pennies. Produced exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint, these pennies carry no mint mark, making them instantly recognizable to those who study every detail. Unlike earlier pennies marked with D or S, this silent marking conceals a fascinating story beneath its surface. What makes some 1967 pennies stand out isn't just their date or lack of mint mark, but their extraordinary coloration, deep blacks contrasted with vibrant yellow or golden hues that seem almost otherworldly. How does this happen? To the untrained eye, a penny is just a penny. But coins like the 1967 Lincoln in this unique black and yellow shade have undergone a rare chemical transformation known as toning. Over decades, exposure to elements like sulfur, oxygen, and environmental factors can cause copper to develop layers of patina, some colors form through natural oxidation, others through unusual environmental conditions that create this striking black and yellow shading. This kind of toning is not only beautiful but exceedingly rare, especially on a coin from this era. Most pennies corrode to dull brown or greenish hues, but the black and yellow toning you see here reflects a precise dance of chemistry and time. This makes the 1967 Lincoln penny in this condition a prized collectible, commanding premium prices that can exceed what many ordinary coin enthusiasts expect from pennies. You might be wondering, how valuable can a penny like this really be? Consider recent sales in private auctions and coin shows, where these black and yellow toned 1967 pennies have fetched thousands of dollars. A coin once dismissed as mere pocket change suddenly becomes a treasure chest. Investors who recognize the potential early are now reaping rewards that most would never imagine from a coin minted less than a century ago, but there's a catch. The market for these rare pennies is fiercely competitive, and the clock is ticking. Every day, thousands of collectors and investors are hunting for the next big find, and coins with this unique coloration don't come up for sale often. If you own one, or think you might, missing the opportunity to identify it correctly could mean leaving thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars on the table. Can you afford to let this chance slip through your fingers? So, how do you spot this rare specimen? First, look for the absence of a mint mark. This confirms it was minted in Philadelphia in 1967. Next, inspect the surface closely for that unmistakable dual tone, deep, velvety black areas mingled with rich golden yellow patches. It's almost like holding a miniature sunset trapped in copper. The coin should have sharp details in Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears on the reverse side, though natural toning can slightly soften these features. Remember, authenticity matters. Avoid cleaned or artificially altered coins, as genuine toning adds immense value, while tampering can ruin it. For collectors ready to dive deeper, acquiring a professional grading can enhance the coin's market value, offering buyers confidence in its authenticity and condition. Seek reputable graders who understand the nuances of copper toning and can distinguish between natural and artificial colorations. At this moment, the 1967 Lincoln penny in black and yellow shade isn't just a piece of history, it's an opportunity. A chance to own a rare slice of American heritage that holds the promise of financial growth and personal pride. The question isn't if this coin is valuable, but whether you'll recognize its worth before others claim it. Imagine telling your friends or family one day that you held a penny, an unassuming 1967 Lincoln penny, whose rare and mysterious beauty changed your financial future. Will you be the collector who looks back and says, "I knew when no one else did"? Or will you let the chance fade like so many forgotten pennies lost in drawers and jars? The next time you come across a 1967 Lincoln penny, pause and look closely. In its quiet copper face lies a story waiting to be told. A story of rarity, chemistry, history, and opportunity. And it could be yours to tell. The clock is ticking. Will you seize the moment? 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark might just be the rarest treasure quietly resting in coin collections across America. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so ordinary at first glance, yet so extraordinarily unique that it could redefine your financial future. But what if this penny isn't just any penny? What if it's one of the few survivors bearing a copper shade so distinct, so rare, that it defies the passage of time? What secrets does this coin hold, and why are collectors willing to pay thousands for a piece so seemingly simple? Today, we unravel the mystery behind the 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, especially those cloaked in a mesmerizing copper or black shade. Stay with me because by the end, you'll know exactly why these pennies might be the life-changing find you never expected, and how to spot them before they vanish from sight forever. The story of the 1971 Lincoln penny begins with a subtle twist in the fabric of American coinage. Unlike most pennies of the era, which bore mint marks indicating where they were struck, some 1971 pennies were issued without any mint mark at all. These no mint mark pennies were produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility with a long history but, surprisingly, less common than you might assume for such a widely circulated coin. What makes this penny truly stand out is not just its lack of mint mark, but its unusual coloration. Over decades, most pennies lose their shine, turning a dull brown or black. But some 1971 Lincoln pennies develop a distinctive copper shade or even a deep, almost velvety black patina. This unique condition results from a complex chemical dance between the coin's copper alloy and its environment. Humidity, soil composition, and time itself collaborate to create a color so unique it could only be described as nature's signature on metal. Why does this matter? Because this isn't just a superficial change. That copper or black shade is a signal of extreme rarity, a marker of a penny that has survived conditions that most coins simply could not. Collectors call these copper shade or black shade pennies the unicorns of numismatics. They represent a tiny fraction of the pennies minted in 1971 and are rarely found in circulation in this form. In fact, auction houses and private sales have shown that these coins command prices far beyond face value, sometimes soaring into the hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and shade intensity. One remarkable sale saw a 1971 penny with a deep black shade fetch over $1,000, proof that investors see something extraordinary in these humble coins. They are not just currency, they are a tangible piece of history, a rare artifact with the power to transform a collection and, potentially, a collector's financial future. If you're wondering whether this opportunity is slipping through your fingers, consider this: these pennies often look indistinguishable from their common counterparts to the untrained eye. But with a bit of knowledge, you can learn to spot the difference, and once you do, the door to a secret world of valuable numismatic treasures swings wide open. So how do you identify a 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in this rare copper or black shade condition? First, focus on the color. Unlike the typical reddish-brown of circulated pennies, these have a deeper, more lustrous copper tone or a striking, almost matte black appearance. This shade is not the result of dirt or damage but a natural, chemical patina formed over decades. Next, examine the edges and details. The coin's features should be sharp and well-defined, especially around Lincoln's profile and the words, "In God We Trust." Faded or worn coins may still hold value, but the rarest specimens retain their detail while showcasing that unique shade. Finally, if you find a penny without a mint mark and a distinctive copper or black shade, consider consulting a professional grader or numismatist to verify its authenticity and condition. This step is critical because the financial potential of these coins can be significant, but only if you can prove their rarity and quality. The moment to act is now. These pennies are quietly disappearing from circulation and private collections alike, snapping up the attention of savvy investors and passionate collectors. Will you be the one to recognize the treasure before it's gone? Imagine the thrill of holding a coin that others overlook, knowing it might be the key to a future of financial security and pride. Rare coins are not just about wealth, they are about legacy, history, and the power of discovery. The 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in its unique copper or black shade is a rare gem waiting for those who dare to look closely. Don't let this opportunity slip into the shadows. Your next great find could be waiting right in your pocket, your drawer, or at the bottom of a forgotten collection. Are you ready to uncover history? Because this penny is more than change, it's change in your life. 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might just be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for, a coin that could transform your collection and even your financial future. Imagine holding in your hand a penny that looks ordinary at first glance, but beneath its surface lies a secret so rare, so valuable, it could rewrite the rules of coin collecting forever. What if this small piece of copper could unlock a fortune, and yet, most collectors pass it by, unaware of its true potential? Today, you're about to discover why the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and especially those with an extraordinary copper or black shade, has become one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. This isn't just a coin, it's a time capsule of history, chemistry, and rare beauty that only a few collectors truly understand. And the clock is ticking, because the moment to act is now. Let's start with the story behind this penny. Released in the twilight of the 1970s, the 1978 Lincoln penny carries the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, yet it hides a fascinating story beneath its surface. Unlike pennies minted in Philadelphia or Denver that year, the ones with no mint mark were exclusively produced in Philadelphia. But what sets apart those rare specimens with a unique copper or black shade is not their origin, it's their extraordinary preservation and the chemical transformation their metal has undergone over decades. So how does this rare copper or black shading form? The answer lies in a delicate interplay between the coin's environment and its metal composition. Most pennies are struck from a copper alloy, and over time, exposure to air, moisture, and other natural elements usually causes them to tarnish, corrode, or turn brown. But in exceptional cases, under precise conditions, such as controlled humidity, minimal handling, and specific chemical exposure, some pennies develop a unique patina. This patina is not just any discoloration, it's a deep, rich copper or nearly black sheen that gives the coin a distinct, almost otherworldly appearance. Why does this matter? Because collectors recognize that this patina is a mark of rarity and excellent preservation. It indicates a coin that has survived nearly half a century with minimal wear and unique chemical characteristics that make it stand apart from millions of ordinary pennies. In fact, pennies with this kind of shading are rarely found in circulation, which makes them incredibly desirable to collectors who value both aesthetics and rarity. Now, you might be wondering, just how valuable can these pennies be? While most 1978 pennies trade for a few cents to $1 depending on condition, those with this special copper or black shade can command prices that are several multiples higher. In recent sales, some specimens have fetched hundreds of dollars, and this is just the beginning. As more collectors become aware of this unique variety, the market value is poised to climb. Investing in one now is like stepping onto the ground floor of an opportunity that could appreciate dramatically over the next decade. Missing out on these coins today could mean missing out on a life-changing financial gain tomorrow, but here's the catch: these coins are not easy to find, and they're easy to miss. So, how can you tell if a 1978 Lincoln penny you find is the rare no-mint mark variety with the prized copper or black shade? First, look closely at the obverse side of the coin. There will be no mint mark below the date, confirming its Philadelphia origin. Next, examine the color under natural light. The special copper or black shade will not look like ordinary tarnish or dirt. It will be uniform, deep, and almost velvety in texture, a sign of that rare patina we talked about. Another key is the coin's surface condition. These coins often show remarkable sharpness in Lincoln's profile and the words on the penny. If the details are crisp and the coin glows with that unusual shade, you may have found a collector's gem. For those serious about acquisition, using a magnifying glass or even a jeweler's loupe will help. And if possible, compare your find to authenticated photos of known rare specimens. When in doubt, professional grading services can verify the coin's authenticity and condition, adding credibility and boosting its market value. Now, before you rush to search your change or local coin shops, consider this: how many of these pennies have slipped through the cracks unnoticed? How many are tucked away in old collections or forgotten drawers? The truth is, the rarity of this coin lies in both its unique condition and the fact that very few collectors truly know what to look for. This means you have an edge, a chance to discover something extraordinary that others have overlooked. So here's the moment of truth: will you be the one to seize this opportunity, to add a rare 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and a stunning copper or black shade to your collection? Will you take the step toward a potentially life-changing investment, or will you let this secret slip quietly into history? Remember, coins like this don't stay hidden forever. The market is waking up. The savvy collectors are already hunting. And every day that passes, the value, and the chance to own one, grows more urgent. That if you want to be part of this rare moment in numismatic history, start by carefully examining the pennies you have, visit trusted coin dealers, and stay alert to the subtle clues that signal a rare find. Your future collection, and possibly your financial future, depends on your knowledge and action. In the world of coin collecting, patience is a virtue, but timing is everything. Don't wait until everyone else has discovered the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and that unique copper or black shade. Be among the first to recognize its true worth. This is your invitation to explore, to learn, and most importantly, to act. Because sometimes, the smallest coins hold the greatest power, and this penny might just be the key to unlocking yours. Are you ready to find the rare penny that could change everything? The journey begins now. The year is 1979, and nestled quietly among millions of pennies lies a remarkable treasure that could alter your financial destiny forever. The 1979 Lincoln penny with the distinctive D mint mark, but not just any 1979 D penny, those rare specimens cloaked in a stunning, unique copper or dark shaded patina. Have you ever wondered what makes a simple penny hold the power to transform an ordinary collection into a fortune? Today, you're about to uncover secrets that most collectors only dream about, but few truly understand. Stay with me because what you'll learn could be the turning point in your collecting journey. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary in appearance yet so extraordinary in value that it commands attention from seasoned investors and casual collectors alike. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, produced in the billions, making it one of the more common pennies from that era. Yet, among these countless coins, some stand apart, bearing a unique copper tone or a deep, almost mysterious black shade that sets them leagues above the rest. This is no accident of nature but a fascinating twist of metallurgy and time, crafting a rarity that few recognize but many desire. To truly appreciate why these pennies are so valuable, we need to rewind and delve into the history behind their creation. The late 1970s were a transitional period for American coinage. The penny was still composed predominantly of copper, but subtle shifts in minting processes introduced small variances in alloy composition and striking methods. What makes the 1979 D pennies with this unique copper or shaded appearance so rare is the way oxidation and toning interacted with the coin's surface over decades. Unlike the dull, faded pennies most of us know, these coins developed a patina that is simultaneously striking and naturally preserved, a kind of copper that gleams with an almost liquid warmth or, conversely, a deep, rich shade reminiscent of aged bronze. But how does this natural phenomenon turn into cold, hard cash? Collectors who understand this nuance recognize the rarity immediately and are willing to pay premiums that can double or even triple the coin's value. In recent years, auctions and private sales have recorded 1979 D pennies with these distinctive tones fetching prices that defy expectations, sometimes commanding hundreds of dollars for a coin that, just a few decades ago, was worth 1 cent. What's even more astonishing is the potential for these coins to appreciate even further as collectors clamor for pieces with unique appearances and authentic provenance. In a market crowded with common pennies, this shaded 1979 D penny stands as a beacon of opportunity. Are you wondering how to spot such a coin yourself? Identification is key to unlocking this hidden wealth. First, always check for the D mint mark, which is clearly visible just below the date. Then, examine the color carefully. Unlike ordinary pennies, these rare specimens boast a uniform copper or dark patina that looks almost deliberate, like a natural work of art forged over time. The sheen should not be patchy or inconsistent, which might indicate artificial cleaning or damage. Instead, the coin will exhibit a smooth, even shade that enhances the Lincoln profile and the coin's inscriptions. Remember, collectors pay a premium for originality and natural toning, so avoid coins that look too polished or chemically altered. Before you rush to your coin jars or local dealers, here is a critical piece of advice: patience and expertise are your greatest allies. Seek coins with verified authenticity from trusted sources, or better yet, invest in learning from experts and grading services who can confirm the coin's unique qualities. This is not a market for guesswork. The difference between a common penny and a rare, high-value 1979 D can be staggering, and missing these subtle details can mean leaving your fortune on the table. Imagine, just for a moment, what it would feel like to hold one of these rare pennies, a simple disc of copper that whispers stories of history, luck, and financial possibility. This coin is more than just currency, it is a key to unlocking new chapters in your collection and your life. The chance to find one is real, but fleeting. The market is tightening as more collectors realize the potential hiding in plain sight. Will you be among those who seize this moment or watch from the sidelines as others claim the rewards? This is your opportunity to act, to hunt for those rare shaded 1979 D pennies, and to stake your claim in a world where the smallest details carry the greatest value. The clock is ticking, and history shows that the window for discovery narrows every day. Prepare yourself, sharpen your eye, and step into a collector's role where passion meets possibility. Because sometimes, a single penny is all it takes to change everything. Are you ready to find yours? The 1985 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, on the surface, it looks like just another penny, one of millions minted that year. But what if I told you there's a rare variation hiding in plain sight, a coin whose unique black and copper hues could hold the key to a life-changing financial opportunity? Imagine stumbling across a penny that not only captivates with its mysterious beauty but could also unlock a secret wealth that collectors dream about. Are you ready to discover what makes this coin a treasure? Stay with me, because this is not just any penny, and missing out could be a costly regret. The story of the 1985 Lincoln penny begins in the heart of the Denver Mint, where the D mark tells us this coin was struck in that very facility. Most of these pennies are unremarkable, ordinary copper-coated zinc discs that have passed through countless hands over the decades. But a rare few carry an extraordinary signature, a rich, almost haunting black and copper shade that sets them apart from every other penny in your collection. This isn't just discoloration. It's a natural transformation, a patina formed through an intricate interplay of environmental factors and the coin's metal composition. How does this happen? The 1985 D penny was minted with a copper-plated zinc core, designed to resist tarnishing. Yet, under certain conditions, perhaps buried in mineral-rich soil or exposed to unique chemical interactions, some pennies develop this striking coloration. The black sheen isn't just surface-level dirt or damage. It's a chemical reaction creating a rare, desirable finish. Collectors call it a toned coin, but in the case of the 1985 D penny, the black and copper shading is so unusual it borders on artistic brilliance. This is nature's fingerprint on history, making these coins extraordinarily rare. You might wonder, how rare can a penny be? After all, millions were minted in 1985. But the truth is, pennies with this unique toning appear in tiny numbers, making them coveted by discerning collectors. Some of these rare specimens have sold for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. In one notable auction, a 1985 D penny with intense black and copper shading fetched nearly $1,200. This isn't a coincidence, it's a reflection of rarity, beauty, and demand all converging. Imagine holding a coin that few others possess, a coin whose value quietly appreciates as collectors and investors alike realize its significance. This isn't just a piece of copper and zinc, it's a tangible asset that could reshape your financial future. Now, how can you spot this hidden gem among countless pennies? First, examine the color carefully. The black shade appears as a deep, rich overlay, often uneven and blending with the copper base. This isn't damage or dirt you can wipe off. It looks almost like a patina applied by an artist's brush, giving the coin a distinctive two-tone effect. Under good lighting, the contrast between the black and copper is striking, almost like a miniature canvas of light and shadow. The mint mark D will be sharp and clear, located just below the date on the front of the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for any unusual toning patterns or surface texture that sets it apart from a regular 1985 D penny. Here's a crucial tip: beware of artificially altered coins. Some unscrupulous sellers might try to replicate this effect by applying chemicals or paint to ordinary pennies. True naturally toned 1985 D pennies have subtle, organic variations in color and texture. Look for coins that show a gradual transition between black and copper areas rather than harsh lines or uniform paint-like finishes. If possible, consult a professional grader or trusted numismatic expert to verify authenticity. Finding one of these rare pennies could feel like searching for a needle in a haystack, but remember, every great collector started exactly where you are now, with curiosity and the willingness to explore beyond the obvious. The 1985 D Lincoln penny in unique black and copper tones is more than a coin. It's a story, a mystery, and above all, an opportunity. Will you let this chance slip away, or will you seize it before someone else does? Picture yourself in the years ahead, looking back at this moment and realizing you held a key to a remarkable discovery. This penny could be the turning point in your collecting journey, the rare find that elevates your collection and your financial prospects. The clock is ticking, and the market only grows more competitive as knowledge spreads. Don't wait for someone else to tell you about these coins after they've already been snapped up. Start searching, learning, and investing today. Your next discovery might be just one glance away. The 1985 D Lincoln penny with that mesmerizing black and copper shade isn't just history, it could be your future. 1998 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is not just about a small piece of copper. It's about an opportunity hiding in plain sight, an opportunity that could redefine your collection, or even your financial future. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary to most, yet carries a secret that could unlock unexpected wealth. What if I told you that some of these pennies, especially those with a unique black and copper shading, are quietly turning heads among collectors and investors? Today, you'll learn why this coin demands your attention, and how it might just be the rare gem you've been waiting for. To understand the rarity of the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny, we have to go back to the roots of its creation. This penny was minted in Philadelphia, the only facility that year to produce pennies without a mint mark. Unlike the Denver or San Francisco mints, Philadelphia's output that year was distinct, both in quantity and subtle quality differences. But what sets these pennies apart isn't just the mint or the year. It's the remarkable condition in which some of these coins have survived, an almost eerie black and copper shade that defies the typical wear and tear we expect from pennies in circulation. You might be wondering, how does this unusual coloration come to be? This patina is the result of a rare chemical interaction between the copper alloy and environmental elements, often accelerated by storage in unique conditions. Most pennies turn brown or dull over time, but these exhibit a dual-tone effect, deep black shadows contrasted with vivid copper highlights. This isn't just a visual oddity, it's a hallmark of coins that have undergone a natural transformation, untouched by human alteration. For collectors, this natural aging process is a sign of authenticity and extreme rarity. Why does this matter? Because rarity and condition are the twin engines driving a coin's value. The 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny in this black and copper shade condition has quietly surged in demand. Market data shows that examples in this state have sold for prices significantly above their face value and even beyond common mint condition pennies from the same year. One recently auctioned coin with this striking coloration fetched several $100s, astonishingly more than what most would expect for a coin minted just over 2 decades ago. This is not mere speculation, it is a proven trend that savvy collectors are capitalizing on. This coin represents an intersection of nostalgia, artistry, and investment potential. The story it carries is not only about copper and wear but about foresight, seeing value where others see a penny. For those who understand this, it becomes clear, missing out on this coin now could mean missing a once-in-a-lifetime chance. The market for rare pennies is tightening, and the 1998 black and copper shade penny is quietly becoming one of the hottest items among numismatic circles. So, how do you spot this elusive treasure among thousands of ordinary pennies? First, look for the absence of a mint mark on the obverse side, right below the date. That's your starting point. Next, examine the coloration carefully under good light. The coin should display a stark contrast between deep, almost matte black shadows and brilliant copper highlights that catch the eye. Be wary of coins that are uniformly black or artificially treated. Authentic black and copper tone is subtle, naturally irregular, and impossible to replicate perfectly by human hands. Another tip, consider the coin's luster. Unlike common pennies that have a dull or flat finish, these rare pennies often retain a soft, silky sheen beneath their darkened surfaces. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for the fine details on Lincoln's bust. Sharpness in those details is a sign the coin has not been overly handled or cleaned, preserving its market value. Before you rush to your change jar, remember this: patience and knowledge are key. If you find one of these pennies, don't just sell it hastily. Have it evaluated by a professional numismatist to confirm authenticity and condition. This penny is a rare intersection of history and fortune, and it deserves the care it commands. Owning one of these coins isn't just about possession, it's about holding a piece of potential wealth, an artifact that whispers stories of time and opportunity. In the end, the 1998 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially those cloaked in black and copper shading, is far more than a coin. It is a testament to the surprises hidden in everyday objects, a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest secrets. This coin invites you to be part of a story still unfolding, one where fortune favors the vigilant and the knowledgeable. Will you be the collector who uncovers this hidden gem before the rest of the world catches on? The clock is ticking. The pennies are out there, waiting to change your perspective, and maybe even your life. The question is, will you recognize this rare opportunity when it's right in front of you? 2004 Lincoln Penny. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary penny, yet hidden within some of these coins lies a secret so rare, so extraordinary, it has the power to transform a collector's fortune overnight. Imagine holding in your hand a penny that not only defies expectations but could be the key to unlocking financial freedom. Today, you're about to discover why the 2004 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially those with a unique black and copper shade, has collectors across the nation scrambling, and why if you don't act now, you might forever regret missing this hidden treasure. Let's start with a question. What makes a simple penny suddenly worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? The answer lies not just in the date or the mint mark, but in a fascinating chemical dance on the coin's surface, a rare and striking black and copper patina that almost looks like it's painted by time itself. This is no accident. It's a phenomenon that can only occur under very specific conditions during the coin's creation or long after, in the secret environments of collectors and nature alike. The 2004 penny belongs to a long line of Lincoln cents, a design revered and recognized by every American. But what sets these particular specimens apart is the absence of a mint mark, indicating they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In itself, that's not rare. What is rare is the unique coloration that some of these pennies have developed, an almost haunting black overlay, beautifully contrasted by the warm copper tones peeking through. It's a visual signature that transforms the coin from everyday currency into a collector's masterpiece. So, how does this black and copper shade form? It's the result of a complex interaction between the copper core of the penny and the thin zinc plating on the surface. Over time, chemical reactions cause the zinc to oxidize, sometimes developing into a deep, rich black patina. But the key here is that not all pennies undergo this transformation. Only pennies exposed to particular environmental conditions, such as being buried in mineral-rich soil or carefully stored in unique holders, develop this rare and beautiful finish. Think of it as nature's fingerprint on your coin, a signature that elevates it beyond mere metal and into the realm of art and investment. These coins are not mass-produced curiosities, they are scarce relics with a story written in their very surface. Now, why should this matter to you as a collector or investor? Because these unique black and copper pennies have been quietly climbing in market value, with some specimens fetching prices far beyond their face value. In recent years, collectors have paid close to $500 for a single 2004 Lincoln penny with this rare coloration, and auctions continue to see increasing bids. This is not a passing trend but an emerging class of rare pennies that blend numismatic history with natural rarity. This coin represents an opportunity, a rare convergence of history, beauty, and financial potential. But here's the catch: these coins are incredibly difficult to find. The window of opportunity to own one is closing fast as more collectors recognize their value. If you've ever doubted the power of a single coin, consider this your wake-up call. This penny is not just currency, it is a potential life-changer. So, how do you spot one? What should you look for when you sift through your change or inspect coins at a show? First, check the mint mark, or the lack of one. The absence of a mint mark indicates it was struck in Philadelphia, making it eligible. Next, examine the surface closely under good lighting. The black patina should appear almost velvety or glossy, sometimes with a faint metallic sheen, contrasted by patches or edges of copper peeking through. This unique blend of dark and warm colors is the hallmark of a true rarity. If the coin looks uniformly dull or flat, it's likely just worn. Keep searching. Remember, not every blackened penny is valuable. The coin's condition, its patina quality, and its originality all affect its worth. Authenticity matters, so consult reputable grading services or trusted dealers before making a purchase. And most importantly, trust your instincts. If you find yourself captivated by a penny's mysterious dark glow, it just might be the one. To those who already own one of these rare 2004 pennies, hold on tight. You might be sitting on a hidden fortune waiting to be unlocked. To those still searching, the clock is ticking. The next great discovery could be in your pocket, at your local coin shop, or in the change jar you've neglected. Will you be the one to find it, Opportunities like this don't come knocking twice. The 2004 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and that rare black and copper shade is more than just a coin, it's a gateway to a world of possibility. The question is, are you ready to seize it before it slips away? The choice is yours, and your legacy could begin with this simple piece of history. Don't let the penny you hold today become the fortune you miss tomorrow. Start your search, study the details, and take action. The treasure is there, waiting for those bold enough to claim it.